All right, coming up in the second hour of American Sunrise, President Trump has some specific instructions for a new census. People who are in our country illegally, will not be counted. Can the president do it all, though, before the 2030 census? We're going to discuss the president's latest Truth Social post. Plus, Minnesota governor and failed vice presidential candidate Tim Walz celebrating his 2024 election loss. Alongside Kamala Harris. Won't they go away? Yes, you heard that correctly. We have this bizarre commemoration of their train wreck of a campaign. You have to see this to believe it. And later, President Trump's approval rating is seeing a nice jump with Hispanics, according to one poll. We're talking about a double-digit increase. Stay tuned as we break down the latest poll numbers right here on American Sunrise on the 2-year anniversary. And we are happy to celebrate it with you. And we start right now.
Good morning, America.
Welcome to American Sunrise.
Whether it's culture,
We have breaking news to share with you.
politics,
President Trump is joining us live now from Florida.
we've got you covered.
This is what it looks like to be a patriot.
We have to protect the American family.
The American dream is still alive.
I'm David Brody.
I'm Terrence.
And I'm Dr. Gina.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second hour of American Sunrise. I'm David Brody, coming to you from D.C. Let's bring in Dr. G in West Palm, and of course, Emily Finn in for T. Bates down in West Palm as well. Hello, ladies. Woohoo! We got the trophy. 2 years. We are celebrating American Sunrise today.
What did you do?
And
Go
all
to a
I got was
tchotchke
this
story
trophy.
last night? I was talking to him on the phone, and he's driving somewhere, and he told me he was going to get his tiara to wear today
Yes.
for our second birthday celebration. So I see that you got a top hat. You got yourself a little trophy. What else did you
right.
get, David?
No, that's about it. I went into the Brody party box, which is, you never know. Anyhow.
I was going to say, you have everything but a tiara in the Brody party box. You got all the props today.
No, that's a different show. You can find that on MSNBC. No, thank you. Not going to have a tiara for sure, Emily. Hey, by the way, we're giving, because of this wonderful anniversary and because we love ourselves, we're giving away 10 copies of Rebels, Rogues, and Outlaws, a pictorial history of my life. No, actually of War Room. And it's going to 10 lucky members of the Rav family that opt into the giveaway. So what you do is you just grab that QR code that right there on the screen, and you can enter that way. That's all I can say about a QR code since I'm 60 years old, and I really don't. I just digitally do something.
Yes.
That's all I can say.
And we like this so much. Here's the book, in case you guys don't know.
Oh,
and,
look at that.
Yes, and we like this so much. We're going to be doing more of these giveaways. We have a new children's book coming out. Dr. Jim Mosley and I are a Bible
Yes.
guy. Have a new children's book coming out on scripture memorization. We're going to be giving away some of those as well in the coming weeks. So you guys want to stay tuned, and you want to be in our chats, right? But we want you to
YouTube.
try out our new chat on YouTube. I mean, it's not new,
Yes.
but it's new that we're really focusing on it and going there and having a blast in that chat. So go there, and we'll be letting you know who the winners are very shortly.
Fantastic. We love the Rav families so much. All right, you guys, I think we do need to take a little break from the celebrations to take a look at
Yes.
some top headlines. A judge temporarily halts construction at the Alligator Alcatraz Illegal Alien Detention Center. The judge ordered the 2-week halt as she deliberates whether environmental laws were violated. Alligator Alcatraz was quickly built 2 months ago on a little-used runway training center. It reportedly holds up to 3,000 illegal aliens, but a local tribe claimed the detention center could threaten the wetlands in the area that are homes to protected animals and plants. Meanwhile, the U.S. ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, says the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is adding more aid sites. Huckabee says the new plan is to have up to 16 aid sites that could be operating 24 hours per day to get more food to the people efficiently. The U.S. and other countries are reportedly planning to spend $1 billion to fund this expansion. The GHF has already reportedly delivered nearly 110 million meals to the people of Gaza. This group is backed by both the Israeli and American governments. And finally, Disney and Lucasfilm announced a settlement with actress Gina Carano. Carano claims she was fired from the Star Wars show The Mandalorian for expressing conservative views on social media in 2021. Lucasfilm said they hope to find opportunities to work with Carano again in the near future, and that she was respected by directors and the crew. A judge still needs to sign off on the settlement to formally dismiss the case, but it was set to go to trial in Los Angeles next February. Now let's send it back to David Brody.
Appreciate that. Emily, President Trump now ordering the Commerce, I'm from New York, the Commerce Department, to begin working on a new U.S. Census. Big news. The last census was, of course, in 2020. We weren't expecting another one until 2030. However, the president said in a post on Truth Social, he wants the Department of Commerce to immediately begin work on a new and highly accurate census, adding that, quote, people who are in our country illegally will not be counted. There you go. Let's discuss with David Zier, the host of Breaking Point here on Real America's Voice. He joins us from the White House this morning. So, David, technically, according to the latest numbers from DHS, there are an estimated to be about 11 million illegal immigrants in the country. Of course, we all know it's more, but that's the official figure. You wonder how this would affect the congressional map, because it will affect the congressional map. And my understanding is you can't change the census congressionally, at least from a redistricting standpoint, in the middle of a decade. You have to wait till 2030 unless you get Congress to change the Census Act there. But anyhow, good morning to you. Tell us more.
Hey, good morning, David Brody. This is probably heading for another legal showdown. Remember, Trump had the citizenship question placed on the census in 2019, and a court reversed that. But this could definitely change the texture of many districts across the country, California, New York, places with heavy amounts of illegals. And also, the census is used not only for this type of thing, but it's also used, to decide about utilities provided to a region and schools. So there's a lot to work out. Trump has yet to unveil the details of the Commerce Department plan, but I think they're going to be using more technology, maybe relying on AI better and other things to accurately describe who's in the country here legally and who isn't. And of course, the Democrats are in full panic mode this morning.
Yeah. I'm just trying to understand, though, if it is implemented, can it take effect before 2030? And if it is implemented, can some judge come in and throw it out? Can the next administration reverse it? Because I just don't understand, David, how it is that illegals can be counted in a census of U.S. citizens. I just don't understand this. It just makes no sense to me.
When it comes to school resources and other, I guess it's still, required to establish, who's going to be, filling our schools, who's going to be participating in these things. But
they shouldn't get to go to our schools for
MTG,
free. Sorry, David.
Well, I agree. And MTG proposed legislation a few weeks ago, similar, saying that illegals should not be counted in the census. I think the Democrats have relied on this for some time. And if and when it gets to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court rules on it either way, I guess it can't be reversed. But if it doesn't make it that far by the next administration, if it goes Democrat, then they could reverse it. Trump reversed a Biden executive order on his first day of office, I believe, relating to this type of thing. So we have to see what the plan is going to unveil. And, the Democrats are already in panic mode about 2030 before this topic came up, because they're going to lose congressional seats in like Oregon and Rhode Island, one in each, maybe gain a seat in Utah for the Republicans, more coming in Texas, and California is going to lose seats, and maybe New York is going to lose seats. So even, liberals like Bill Maher are saying, listen, 2030 is going to change the game. If this happened on top of it, there's a chance that Congress could stay red for some time.
Hey, by the way, can I just quickly say something on that? This is why the liberals and others will say illegals can be counted in the census, because the 14th Amendment to the Constitution says, quote, the whole number of persons in each state are to be counted. And then it goes on for the numbers used for the apportionment of numbers there in each state. So anyhow, that's the constitutional argument. We should have Chris Ann Hall on about that. I'm sorry, Emily, I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to switch gears completely here, but this is such a huge topic that's getting a lot of attention right now. But for a moment, if I can, David, I want to ask you about the Jack Smith investigation. The Trump admin, this new probe, can it really take him down? What is the latest? What are you hearing on this?
I don't have the latest details on Jack Smith. I didn't get any further information after that was announced, but I think it can. I think it can, take him down. And, his actions were clearly political during his tenure.
David, so tell me a little bit about Breaking Point, because you're there at the White House, but you've got a show coming up because we know all about Breaking Point. Our audience loves the show. Tell us more, and that's all I've got. Just tell us more. There's a probing question.
Yeah, listen, I have a great show for you guys tomorrow at 8 a.m. We're going to be talking about all kinds of things, including the Texas redistricting. I have Kyle Sinclair as the vice chair of Bexar County in San Antonio. He sat in for all 8 hours of the hearings there. But also yesterday, I'm going to be updating the show for this week and next week with the NCRI, the National Council for the Resistance of Iran. I covered their press conference yesterday. They have confidential sources that provided them information on the structure of Iranian intelligence, the top 25 people. They're planning attacks. And if you remember, on July 31st, 14 nations, including the United States and in Europe, issued a warning that Iran may be planning further terrorist attacks around the globe. And this comes as the Iranian government is desperate, and they killed an alleged Israeli spy. They killed 2 MEK Mujahideen members who fall under the NCRI resistance, which is the rightful government that may return to power one day in exile in Paris with Maryam Rajavi. This is really important to pay attention to because the regime is executing people, maybe 8 people they've executed. There's another 20 or so, I think, in prison that this could happen to as well. And will there be an uprising, over there? So I got a great show for you tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Sounds good. David Zier, great to see you at the White House. By the way, Gina, I just want to say I looked at the 14th Amendment, and this is what it says. The 14th Amendment, Section 2 says, quote, representatives shall be apportioned among the several states according to their respective numbers, counting the whole number of persons in each state, excluding Indians not taxed. So anyhow, there's that. I guess we should discuss it some other time.
Wow.
But we got to run.
Yeah.
All right, David. Thanks for being
Thanks,
here.
David.
Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you so much,
I'm not a constitutional attorney. I'm just an anchor with makeup. Coming up, why are there questions surrounding Tim Walz and his connection to communist China? Why do we care about Tim Walz? Well, we got to make fun of some folks. Find out. It's ahead. American Sunrise. Back in a moment.